Whew. Oh man, I gotta tell you, man, I'm nervous. They got the Super Bowl here in a couple days, man. I'm pumped.
Yeah. You know what you should be getting excited for?
What's that?
NFL draft, man. Come on.
Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to this Super Bowl preview. I guess Pro Bowl post review episode of the Trajan Sportcast. Let's be honest here, we're here for the Super Bowl. I am your host, professional wrestler, and AFC champion, Kansas City Chiefs fanatic Christian Temple, joined alongside, as always, by the newly antiquated Philadelphia Eagles fan, Trajan over here. Um,
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly Eagles fly. There you go. Gotta stay within the state lines, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why would I go against my Pennsylvania team there?
Wouldn't be the first time a certain Bills team was a favorite of yours for just 1 week.
This one week.
Yeah. Well, how was your Pro Bowl weekend? Did you learn anything fun about these superior athletes playing flag football instead of suiting up in the pads one more time?
So I got notifications on my phone that it was starting. Thought about watching it. Remembered that I'm thoroughly against the Pro Bowl, so
Full disclosure, I did watch the Thursday Pro Bowl games, some of the events that they did. Yeah, some of them were kind of fun to watch. The dodgeball is always fun. Um, I will say, Sunday for the actual Pro Bowl flag football games, I was wrestling. I was wrestling in an event down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I kind of just had to go watch the highlights the next morning when I got home from that long drive. So apparently I didn't miss a whole lot of action. Did you know there are flags by the referees in flag football? That
who would have
was
thought?
news to me.
I
That
figured it would have been like playground rules where the only flags penalties are when something is very blatant.
I was gonna say apparently unnecessary roughness is still a thing in the world of flag football. Go figure here. Quick recap of the events that took place during the Pro Bowl games. As I mentioned, I did see the ones on Thursday. The precision passing, which was represented by Derek Carr, Tyler Huntley. That was actually kind of a surprise to see him there, among others. Derek Carr was the winner of that one, getting 3 points for the AFC. The lightning round, which was also won by the AFC. I got a kick out of this next one, the longest drive, which you would think you'd start from like the 99-yard line and then have to drive down the field for a touchdown. No, longest drive in the golf sense, which was also won by the AFC. It was Poyer from the Buffalo Bills, this defensive back. Yeah, defensive back for Buffalo, the last guy up, and he got a whopping drive of 320 yards. That's very
Respect.
impressive, very impressive for the fact that I can almost tell he's probably never held a golf club in his life. Uh, some of those players you can tell have played before, and some of the others you can tell, oh, this is their first time.
Yeah.
This is their first time,
Well, a
and
lot of skills carry over.
oh, absolutely, it's just a natural progression from football to golf easily.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and Mahomes and Josh Allen, they had a pretty fun a golf game here not too long ago too. And then the final event was the I love how they describe it, the epic Pro Bowl dodgeball. It was epic, I say. And it was weird because you had the AFC offense versus the AFC defense, and then the NFC offense versus the NFC defense going head to head to play each other, which ended up being the AFC offense versus the NFC defense. And the NFC ended up taking that one, avoiding being a sweep. I always like the dodgeball one; those are always fun.
Yeah, dodgeball one is fun. I did watch the highlights of that one.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Uh,
Minka Fitzpatrick had a couple fun highlights in that one.
he did. He was the last one standing there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
not enough.
Not enough. Nope. And then on the Sunday events, there was the best catch, which was won by Amon Ra St. Brown, defeating Stefan Diggs. The
I think
Gridiron
that
Gauntlet. Oh yeah, absolutely. The Gridiron Gauntlet, which was also won by the NFC. Move the Chains and Kick Tack Toe, which was won by the AFC, setting up a 27-33 game one of the flag football events. There was more than one flag football. I come to find out. I thought there was just one and done.
no, there's more. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Exactly. All right. The final score after all the combined points and everything too. The NFC taking down the AFC 35-33, and yeah, you said it at the off the top. You know, you're not a huge fan of the Pro Bowl in a sense. Do you think this was a better deal for the players to keep it like this instead of going old school way with the pads and actually playing football?
Well, I think that they finally called it for what it was, as a flag football game. I mean, before, I mean, I guess 2000s there was some hitting involved, but lately it's just been any kind of contact, the whistle was blown. It wasn't really a football game. It was a flag football game. So, I mean, I think it's more enjoyable from that standpoint. They are faster, all the players out there, because they don't have any pads on. I mean, they're running full tilt. So I watched some highlights of it. I'm not going to say I didn't watch any of it. I wasn't protesting the event. I just had better things to do with my time.
Well said. Well put.
It is what it is. I mean, to me, like oh, you don't have the Super Bowl players in there, which generally that's a lot of the Pro Bowlers. So you get these alternates. I mean, what the heck is Derek Carr even doing there? Okay. I can't get excited. And then you got what's his name from the Ravens. It's
Tyler
not even
Huntley.
Lamar Jackson.
Tyler Huntley. Yep.
So I mean, yeah, I'm glad for Minka and Cam Hayward, but it's not really a big deal for me.
I hear you. Well, it was actually kind of a decent deal for the players. Did you know that the NFC players won an additional $84,000 per player for winning, and the AFC players ended up taking 42,000.
So they all went negative because it was in Vegas and everyone gambled it away.
They all put it on DraftKings or
I can almost guarantee you that the bills racked up for that event was way more than what they got paid. Almost guarantee it.
Absolutely. I wonder if Kyle Juszczyk bet on himself that he would get a couple touchdowns in the flag football game, because he would have made out pretty well.
Yeah, he would have. But then he'd be like, what's his name from Ridley?
Oh, Jesus. I mean, is it really gambling if you bet on yourself? I mean, come on. No, I'm kidding.
Just following the script.
Absolutely. Even the Pro Bowl's rigged, right? Oh, man. All righty. Well, speaking of rigged, it gets the Super Bowl this week. No. Yes, God, it's just, it still doesn't feel quite real to me that my team is back in the Super Bowl. I mean, we all know what usually happens to teams when they lose a playoff game, much less a Super Bowl, in such humiliating fashion. It's really hard to get back to where you were, especially 2 years later. I mean, they did have a chance last year, and unfortunately, the Bengals did dashed our hopes on that. But 2 years later, you're back in the thick of it after you even traded away your top wide receiver. And I really do think this is the two best teams in the NFL going head to head. This is they're calling this probably the most evenly matched Super Bowl since probably Philly Patriots a few years back.
You know, I totally agree. I know you're probably thinking I wouldn't, but no, I mean, this is the best teams in the NFL. 14-3, 14-3. I mean, people will say what they want to say about the Eagles having an easy schedule. I say the Chiefs had just as easy a schedule.
You still got to play the games, though. I don't even
You only
like,
play your schedule.
I don't even like fault the Eagles honestly for how quote unquote easy their schedule is. You still got to play the games. And any
Yeah,
given Sunday, anything can happen. I mean,
exactly.
what do we say? If the Broncos scored 18 points in their first 9 games, they would have been 8-1.
Exactly. I mean, there you got to play the games ahead of you. Every one of them is going to want to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we saw the Texans almost beat you guys. We saw the Colts beat you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the Commanders beat the Eagles.
Yep, the Saints beat the
And
Eagles.
Saints beat the Eagles.
Yep.
I believe the Colts actually played the Eagles tough. They had to
Mm-hmm.
come back and win.
Yes.
So, I mean, you never know with these teams here. But just the amount of talent, I'm just glad everyone's healthy and is playing is going to be it's going to be awesome.
State Farm Stadium's gonna be rocking for sure. Looking ahead at the stats really quick, we've got the number one offense versus the number two offense. So right off the bat, I mean, and there's a lot of household names on both sides on both offenses. I mean, obviously the easiest ones you got Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. You've
Yep.
got Miles Sanders in the backfield for the Eagles. You've got Travis Kelce at tight end for the Chiefs. You kind of got a revolving door running back for Kansas City. Obviously, Jerick McKinnon and Pacheco, they'll probably be sharing. But by the same token, Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell, you could see a lot of back and forth between those guys. As far as wide receivers,
That
definitely the top two for the Eagles. I mean, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, easily. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you any quarterback would kill to have those two weapons right off the bat. And
88
obviously on
receptions.
yeah on the side of the Chiefs, you got Kadarius Toney who's coming back. You've got Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Like
Yep.
all three of these guys have been, well, I guess not in the case of Toney, he was midseason, but off-season acquisitions for Pat Mahomes, and they've meshed decently well in the short time that they've been in the squad.
You want to hear an interesting tidbit?
Yeah.
The Eagles, the only starting offensive player that was not drafted by the Eagles is AJ Brown. Everyone else was drafted by the Eagles.
Yeah, and
It's kind of weird to say.
you gotta give big kudos to the front office of the Eagles. They built a team, and
Oh, yeah.
they did it the right way. And yeah, the AJ Brown acquisition, God, the rich definitely got richer.
Yeah, they swindled the Titans. And props to AJ Brown because he was a great wide receiver before then, but he didn't have the QB to take him over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Jalen Hurts, the biggest thing with Jalen Hurts is he has that running edge. And so
Yes.
you can't just drop all the DBs back. You got to have a spy on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that just single coverage AJ Brown, and you just get to see how elite he is.
Absolutely. That's kind of the conundrum we had to deal with the T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase situation. So, but luckily the rookies, and hopefully that wasn't a 1 game wonder, but the rookies definitely shined in the AFC Championship game behind Joe Burrow. But as you've mentioned this before too, Jalen Hurts is behind a fully healthy offensive line, so that's another key part of the game that we'll have to pay attention to. Yeah, this if there was any game for Nick Bolton and Willie Gay to absolutely shine in, this is the moment right here.
This is where you're
Um,
in contract.
Absolutely. But speaking of the defense, we are looking at the number 3 ranked defense in the Eagles, and Kansas City actually not as bad off as what they have been in the last few years. They are ranked number 12 in the
12.
league. Yes, ranked number 12. But as I mentioned earlier, it's a backfield of rookie defensive backs and safeties. You've got Nick Bolton and Willie Gay, both second-year players. And obviously, you got to take your hat off to Chris Jones, who's finally woken up in this postseason alongside Frank Clark.
Oh yeah. No, I mean your defense has come up huge. It always seems that way with your team though. You're not one of those that starts out hot. About week 8 or so, that's when they start picking up
Mhm.
steam. So
Yeah.
uh, no, it's going to be a good game. And to your point earlier about getting back to it, how it's so hard, I think that's a testament to Andy Reid
Mhm.
because a lot of that, I mean, it's just keeping the players there. And Andy Reid, he's a great coach. He's up there with, the Bill Belichick's. I'm going to throw Tomlin's name in there too. Um,
Fair, fair.
you got these teams that they want to play for that coach, and that's a testament to your guys' squad.
Absolutely. And Andy Reid has a chance to tie. Or actually, no. I guess Tomlin only has the one. I was thinking, I was thinking Tomlin had two. That's right. That's Cowher had the other one. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. He had a chance at the second one,
Giving
but
you
yeah.
compliments, and then you hit me. Oh,
I was trying to be complimentary back, and I screwed it up. That's on me. Admonish me. And then last but not least, we have the number one passing offense versus the number nine passing offense. As we mentioned, you've got two quarterbacks with a great amount of weapons around them. I was shocked that the Eagles are only fifth in the league in rushing. I figured they were top three, but and of course Kansas City, not really known for their high-powered rushing attack. It's kind of been a revolving door. They're ranked 20th in the league as far as rushing.
you're getting better, and I think you guys have just been searching for that guy that's reliable and is going to be aggressive and hit that hole and can also catch the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was supposed to be that guy, but Pacheco? I mean, what? He was sixth or seventh round.
Seventh round. Imagine that. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 2020, first round draft pick, and it's just, not necessarily all his fault. I mean, injuries have kind of caught up with him too, but Isaiah Pacheco, a seventh round draft pick. I believe one of the seventh rounders that we picked up in the Tyreek Hill trade, and
Really?
he has actually, when he's been given the moment, he's done very well. And man, I wish he wasn't pushing 30. But Jerick McKinnon, even this seasoned veteran, is finally coming to his own, and is once again has also stayed healthy.
You guys could probably use him for a little while longer. I mean,
Hmm.
you don't use him that often,
Right.
and I believe he's pretty good pass protector.
Yeah.
And so age probably doesn't really affect him too much until you start hitting like 32 wall there.
That's fair.
Crazy.
I would love to keep him for another couple extra years just for depth. And obviously it's funny. We've got also Ronald Jones, who we see every once in a while too, and on the practice squad, and he obviously would not be activated for the Super Bowl. You still got Melvin Gordon sitting on the practice squad for Kansas
Mr.
City.
Fumbles himself.
Exactly, and he's gonna stay probably on the practice squad even through the game and all that. But it would be hilarious that he has been the Chargers starter for years and years. He was on the Broncos last year, or the last year and this year, and he may win a ring by doing absolutely nothing.
Well, he didn't do absolutely nothing. He fumbled the ball a lot with a divisional opponent.
It was a sabotage. That's it.
It's
It was
sabotage.
an
He was playing the long game.
it was an inside job. There we go.
It is scripted.
It is. It's been written since the beginning of this year. So, but now I am super excited. I'm excited to get all my friends and family under the roof to watch this game together, and including you. You'll be under my rooftop to see this historic moment. Chiefs Eagles Sunday night, 5:30 Central Time on Fox. We've even got the return of Rihanna for the halftime show. Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
A moment so big she had to come back and do her thing again, right?
With Sweetie or whatever her name is. Guest star.
Right, right. So,
Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited to come over wearing an Eagles shirt and no.
did you rush order through Amazon yet?
No, I didn't. I did look. I'm going to be completely honest. I did
Yeah.
look and I'm like, I'm not wasting $29 for a gag gift.
I mean, you did give me that Todd Blackledge shirt, so
That- Which I haven't seen you wear yet.
and you probably won't. I'm thinking that shirt's probably cursed. Um,
It should be.
Alrighty. So as we mentioned, Sunday 5:30. We got a little bit of interesting history between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and this is how we'll wrap up this show. So Trajan got a few did you know facts here too. Did you know that the Chiefs and Eagles have only played 9 times
Really?
in the time since the merger?
Wow. I'm curious. How many of those was Andy Reid coaching it?
I'll actually get to that because
Oh, okay.
there's an interesting tidbit behind that too. Um, did you
Oh,
know the first time they played was in 1972?
72.
Yes,
Okay. That
and
is weird.
the funny thing is, they did not play against each other again until 20 years later.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
1992 was the second time that they ever played against each other. Alrighty. So they played 9 times. Would you like to take a guess who leads the series?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
You are correct. Do you want to say? Do you want to guess what the wins versus losses are? So it's 9 games.
5-4.
Was that?
5-4.
You are correct. 5-4.
Oh,
All right. And
man.
now here's the fun one. Would you
All
like
right.
to guess what the point differential is between the Chiefs and the Eagles in their entire series of 9 games with each other? The point differential.
So totaled up there.
Well, no, no, no. The difference between each team's amount of points.
Mm, let's go 12.
The Philadelphia Eagles 219 points. The
Mhm.
Kansas City Chiefs 218 points.
Oh, wow.
Literally 1 point differential separates these two
Mm.
teams in their 9 meetings together. Okay, you brought up Andy Reid earlier, so the last 6 meetings between the Eagles and the Chiefs have been 3 games to 3 games.
Okay.
Now, the interesting tidbit here is that Andy Reid has been the winning coach in each of those 6 games.
Oh, that is cool.
2001, Eagles beat the Chiefs 23-10. 2005, Eagles beat the Chiefs 37-31. 2009, Eagles beat the Chiefs 34-14. Now, 2013 is the first year that Andy Reid coaches the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the Eagles 26-16. The Chiefs beat the Eagles 27-20, which I was there for that one. I took my mom to that one. That was a fun game. And then 2021 last year, the Chiefs beat the Eagles at Philly 42-30. So the last 6 games, Andy Reid has been the winning head coach.
Mm. No, man. Okay, that gets a little interesting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, a lot of cool history between the Chiefs and the Eagles. I mean, it isn't any wonder why it's being considered the Andy Reid Bowl in State Farm Stadium in Arizona. So, all right. So yeah, some interesting some history regarding the Chiefs and the Eagles. Now it is time for the final score predictions. This is how we're gonna wrap up the show. I will go first. I will go first. And you know what? All this talk about the high flying offenses and everything too. I've got a feeling this might be more of a defensive battle. Um, I
Yeah.
don't think either team is going to break 30 points. I think the final score is going to come down to probably who has the ball last, probably game winning field goal. I'm going Chiefs. Take it, get their third Super Bowl victory. Final score 27-24.
27-24. So we're close. Um, I too say 27-20, but it's going to be the Eagles winning. I'm sorry, Josh. Temple. Uh, um, for all the reasons I stated with the offensive line and that running game, you guys stop the running game, you guys win that game. I truly believe that. I just, when you have to account for the running game so much, and then you have targets like that, and this would be different if it was at Arrowhead. This is a neutral site, as neutral as you can get. I mean, it's just
I,
rich people at the
I
bowl.
will
Or,
say when Megan and I were at the Chiefs Cardinals game, it was swarming with Chiefs fans there. Obviously, ticket prices have gone up just a little bit since since that game, but now you're right. It's gonna be. I'm sure it'll be close to 50-50 regarding the fan the fan aspect at the game too. So, alrighty.
Got
Do you?
celebrities there. They're not really in it for either team. They're just making a photo op. You know what it
Hey, I know the Fonz is gonna be there, and boy, he gonna be behind Kansas City for sure.
is. Hey, tickets are low as $3,246, it
I
says.
I did see that. I did see that. I'm like, and no. Uh,
Temple, we both have credit cards. That's on there.
I'd be maxed out like three weeks before I need to pay it off. Good lord, be living on ravioli for the next for the
You're a
next 3
simple
weeks.
man. You'll enjoy it.
Someday,
Okay.
I will go see a Super Bowl. The Chiefs may not be in it, but just to say that I've been to a Super Bowl, that would be pretty cool. But what's also pretty cool is we're going to the draft in April. We've
That is
got
cool.
our hotel secured. We've got our plan of attack as far as what events we would like to attend and all that too. And you best believe we will be documenting every little thing that we do there, and we're excited to have that video ready to go. But that is then. This is now, and right now it's time to get ready for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Right now, I'm wearing a Super Bowl t-shirt, a championship t-shirt that the Chiefs won for Super Bowl 54. And boys, this is your moment. This is your chance. The past is the past, but now is your time. Super Bowl 57, go get that ring, baby. It's your time. Take it.
I agree. Do it.
Alrighty.
Let's see it happen.
And we want to thank every single one of you for joining us every single week for these episodes. This is the final one before the Super Bowl, but we will be back for the Super Bowl recap. Either I will be the happiest man in the world or I'm going to be an emotional wreck. There is no in between. I promise you that. But we look forward to seeing you on next week's episode. But on that note, thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all of your friends. Let us know down below. Put your final score predictions for the Super Bowl down below. We'd love to hear you. And we'll see you on the other side. See you next week.